How you doing, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Binder Blunders. All the way from Tokyo, Japan to Toronto, here's another episode of Binder Blunders. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about quite a number of things. Prices of cards, up, down, where are they going? Why?
Why?
That's a big question, is why. So let's start it off. Max C. What's it capping around, Devin?
$80.
And what was it?
100 to 150, depending on what day it was.
Now the real question is, why is it now all of a sudden less expensive? Is it less of a good card?
No, it's exactly the same of a good card. However, it's less playable because people are no longer scared of windups, and people are now playing decks that are no longer hurt by Max C.
So things like
Dark World.
And
Heroes.
Oh, I see. And most importantly,
Insectors.
So let's face it, Max C is going on the down spiral because, hey, windups were scary. It was the new thing. It was supposed to be unbeatable.
Remember though, everyone is still going to be side decking 3 of them because in case they do face that windup matchup, you need every advantage you can get.
But let's face it, a side deck card will never really be that expensive because it's an option. It's a possibility. It's not something that you need to have. It's something that you'd like to have in a certain matchup. The next card, of course, is Tour Guide of the Underworld.
Now this card is only going down in value because of the reprint.
Let's face it, it's still a broken card. It's still a +1 if you just want to leave a Sengen on the field and attack with it, I guess. It's got a lot of playability in it, but it's not game-breaking. So, of course, once people realize, hey, you know what, it's getting reprinted, it's not game-breaking, it's not the #1 unbeatable card, it's obviously going to go down in price.
Speaking of game breaking, we're going to try to define that and explain it to you guys. So the reason why lately every secret rare that gets released that is broken and that every single person wants to play, we're not going to consider them game breaking. We're going to consider them stabilizing cards. Helpful cards that you want to play because they make your deck better. They don't win you the game outright, but they hopefully put you in that position to win the game eventually.
One of the biggest cards that we were actually discussing, more Devin brought it up than myself, was Dark Arm Dragon. Dark Arm Dragon was a game-winning card. It was 2,800, it popped stuff onto the field, and it popped out easily. All you needed was 3 random darks in the graveyard. It was game-breaking.
And at its peak, it was about $300. You needed 3 of them. That was $900 just to play 3 cards in your 40-card deck.
Now, a lot of people are going to say, hey, 3 tour guides, $450. Well, that's half of the price. You still had another $450 to do something with your deck.
Exactly. And again, Tour Guide specifically doesn't win you the game. It sets you up and puts you in a better position to win eventually. Like making amazing Leviair plays, or even getting rid of big boss monsters with an Acid Golem.
Not to mention that Zenmane stall tactic that's really, really important.
Another card that was game-breaking was Judgment Dragon. Don't get me wrong, the entire deck was expensive overall, but Judgment Dragon was the eventual winner of the deck.
You popped out Judgment Dragon, and your opponent went, fudge. Now looking at things like Pot of Duality is not a game-breaking card, even though it was expensive. Pot of Duality was a setup card. You're able to play it, choose from 3 cards that are going to help you later on in the game. It's not going to win you the game by playing Pot of Duality unless one of the options was the last piece of Exodia.
Exactly. So let's look into the future a little bit. Card D. It's going to be secret rare. It's going to be in the next set that comes out at the end of the month as a sneak preview and then the beginning of the month of May. Card D is going to be played in every person's deck. Does it win you the game?
No.
Is it game breaking?
No.
Is it needed?
Yes.
Therefore, estimated top value $150. So, what do? Pick them up as fast as you possibly can before the price skyrockets.
Hopefully we'll be able to get them for around $80. This seems to be a really good set because of the hype on hieroglyphs, the hype on Card D, the hype on actual TCG exclusives. So hopefully there's going to be a lot of supply and people won't see the demand just yet. What we want to know from you guys is, what card are you looking forward to in the new set? And what do you think it's going to be worth? In the comment section down below, leave your opinion. Discuss it amongst each other. Not to mention, press the like button, subscribe, and don't make those binder blunders. One thing before you go, as you might have heard me mention in my trade binder, on April 21st, Teddy Me is holding a sneak preview event. But it's not the regular sneak preview. This actual event is for you to win a free sneak peek entry into the Teddy Me tournament the following week on the 28th and 29th. Of course, the 28th and 29th is the sneak preview event at Teddy Me at the corner of Steeles and here, Ontario, in the GTA.
And if you don't feel like paying $25 to get a sneak preview, well, enter this tournament, win, and get it for free.
Not to mention the fact that you get to actually play in the sneak preview tournament and possibly win extra packs, extra cards, awesome playmats. Yeah, that's going to be brilliant.
Yes, it will. Maybe there's dragons on it.
I hope so.
It'd be pretty lame, card D, right in the middle.
Thanks, YouTube. Don't make those binder blunders.
Deuces.